Okay, I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. A eulogy. I have a eulogy here that I wrote for my brother for his memorial that was supposed to take place, in the spring of 2022, because he passed away on Christmas Day, 2021. So I had this eulogy written, and I wanted to present it at his memorial, but we never did have a memorial for many reasons. I don't want to get into that, that nothing personal, just, I was hesitant to have it. I just wasn't ready. But I am ready to read this eulogy. I wrote it for therapy. It was good therapy at the time when he passed away, because we are twin brothers. So, I thought I'd do this video and read his eulogy. So it's written as though we are at a memorial. So keep that in mind. And I will, pause and interject some thoughts in between some of the lines here and everything. So here we go. I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming to memorialize and celebrate the incredible life of my twin brother, Dwayne Dufay. He passed away early Christmas morning in 2021, only 15 days after his 63rd birthday at my house in South Haven, Michigan, with Mary and me by his side. He died of complications from acute leukemia. Now, he got acute leukemia from many, many years of constant chemotherapy, because he had throat cancer, which went into remission, and then he immediately afterwards got lung cancer. So he was basically constantly having chemotherapy, almost on a weekly basis for years. And eventually it got, it destroyed his he had a real strong, healthy blood. It was always a very high hemoglobin count. And he was always very proud of that. In fact, he would get injured or cut or whatever, and he would heal almost immediately. But the chemotherapy just destroyed his, powerful blood, if you will, to the point where he started needing blood transfusions every 3 days just to keep him alive. So we knew at that point his days were numbered. So Dwayne and I were born on December 10th, 1958, to Gloria and Clark Dufay. Our mother has since passed away, but Dwayne is survived by our father, my sisters, Connie, Darlene, and Doreen, and myself. He is also survived by our Aunt Norma Dirks, and our cousins Bruce and Mike Dirks, and his niece and my daughter, Cassandra Dufay, and our cousins Tom Gum and Kathy DeGangi of Naperville, Illinois. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Diane for arranging this celebration of Dwayne's life, and for being with him and taking good care of him during his final year. She made him happy during his final days and shared a love that Dwayne never imagined he'd ever find again. She took a great risk in sharing her love with a man whose days were numbered, especially after previously losing a great love in her life. I will be eternally grateful to her for being with Dwayne and making him happy during those final days. And I'd like to also recognize our father, Clark Dufay, at this time, because he is an important part of this celebration, because he's helped Dwayne and me learn the building trades. Because of the skills he taught us, there are commercial buildings and residential buildings throughout Chicagoland, and indeed throughout the entire country, that stand as a monumental evidence of the skills he taught us. He was patient with us and allowed us to learn from our mistakes. I'll always remember when Dad had a garage built at Mom's house where Dwayne started a wood shop and made remarkable indoor and outdoor furniture, which remain in use today because of their high quality construction. Even then, he had an incredible and overwhelming sense of integrity and responsibility. He was very diligent and had great leadership qualities that allowed him to be one or two steps ahead in every project he worked on. He was an extremely hard worker up until his final days. There's not a day that goes by that I don't see something that Dwayne made or bought for me, and a family member or a friend. He was very generous with the heart the size of Texas and always thought of others above himself. And there are others in the family who helped us succeed in the construction industry. Our cousin Bruce Dirks got us a great job manufacturing and installing custom bars for the Maggiano restaurants all across the country. When we were young, our late uncle Bruce Dirks, which is Bruce Dirks, we called him Butch, but his father, Bruce Dirks, taught us the intricacies of model building. And our late Uncle Roger Dirks served as a strong role model for us because he was a U.S. Army drill sergeant who heroically survived 2 tours of duties in the jungles of Vietnam. And then there's Bob and Del Skaman. They were a huge positive impact on Dwayne. They were wonderful neighbors who let Dwayne and me share their incredible world. They let us work for them selling Christmas trees and helping with Bob's milk delivery route and working at their store on Ogden Avenue, where they sold everything: flowers, produce, gifts, lawn tractors, and much more. That was a great place to work. I loved working there. I'd work there for free sometimes when they didn't need any help. Sometimes we would go with Bob to the legendary South Water Street produce market in Chicago, where he often did business. He was also the one who got Dwayne interested in antiques and flea markets and taught him the ropes about selling anything by taking him to the famous 7 Mile Fair in Racine, Wisconsin, and all the flea markets in the Chicagoland area. Bob would get us up super early in the morning to go to Wagner Farms to buy wholesale sweet corn. We would fill the back of the pickup, all of us counting out loud as we tossed the corn 2 by 2 into the back of the truck. Boy, that was fun. Then we'd set up at Montana Charlie's Flea Market and sell out by noon. The Skamans were a lifeline to Dwayne and sent him down the right path of life, culminating with the introduction of Tom Klingbeil, who encouraged Dwayne's career. He was a huge part of my brother's life in many ways. He taught Dwayne how to be a journeyman butcher and let him work on major construction projects at his home and businesses. Dwayne also was very high-strung as a child, as his teachers, our 3 sisters, and I can attest. This energy prevailed into his adulthood, as Barb Anderson would agree. Barb was with Dwayne for 2/3 of his life. My family and I always wondered how she put up with him all those many, many years. But she always loved him and put up with his occasional whims, impulsiveness, exuberant personality, and at times overbearing tendencies. Dwayne needed someone like her. Yet Dwayne's personality and character traits set him apart from his peers and served him well throughout his entire life. They helped foster his lifelong friendship with those like Glenn Gilmer, Tom Klingbeil, Phil and Pat Watunsky, Bob and Del Skaman, Bobby Ritz and his father Robert, Bruce Dirks, Bill Fisher and his son Jimmy, Ray and Sharon Miller, Don Henderlong and his son Paul, John Clancy and his son Kevin. I mean, I can go on forever here. I know this list of friends can go on, so please forgive me for not listing everyone. I know Dwayne treasured each and every one of his friends, but I'd like to express a special appreciation to Joe Lorello, who helped Dwayne when he needed it the most. He made sure Dwayne moved to Michigan, where he could get the best health insurance at the time when he really, really needed it. Dwayne even made good friends during his short time he resided here in Michigan. There's Peter Collier from Decatur, Michigan, who Dwayne mentored and cared for deeply, even though there was a generation gap. A person's age and race didn't matter with Dwayne. And then there's Steve Kreschke, who was a good friend and companion to my brother in his final years. He even let Dwayne live at his house and everything. Then there's Dwayne's great friend and mine also, Mary Hall, who, as Forrest Gump would put it, is my best friend in the whole wide world. I do a imitation, but I'll spare you with that. Mary loved Dwayne very much. She would often go to garage sales and do some dumpster diving and go to flea markets together with him. She was with Dwayne at the very end, nurturing his soul for his journey into the afterlife. You see, Mary experienced a near-death experience after she had a massive stroke a few years ago. During the several minutes she literally was dead to the world, she saw that the essence of each of us, the souls, live on forever and with or without the body. She was able to help Dwayne pass away peacefully. My entire family and I are so grateful for all she did for him. But this is a celebration of Dwayne's life. Although Dwayne had a hard life, it was filled with fun and incredible adventures that could fill a novel. He loved nature and camping and river rafting the rapids of Colorado, Utah, and Idaho with our late Uncle Howard Dirks, and once with our sister Darlene. If there was a bike trail, he was ready to jump on a bike and take off, but always wanted others to join him with the fun. Dwayne kept a journal and wanted to write a book about his adventures and his journey through life. With more time, I'm sure he could have accomplished that goal because he was an awesome writer and a natural-born artist and illustrator. And I'm not just saying that. He really was extremely talented. He was could do cartoons and everything. He was just an amazing artist. It seems like everything Dwayne did was a success. For example, when he would set up at the flea market at the DuPage County Antique Fair, it was Dwayne's stuff that sold, not mine. Clearly, his artistic taste was better than mine. Dwayne and our cousin Bruce Dirks were antique experts and collectors of antique fans. Dwayne also collected old milk bottles and early model pickup trucks. Even though Dwayne and I were twins, our personality often clashed. But I have to admit he was a better man than I. He handled tense and potentially volatile situations with grace and finesse. I always admired him for that because I sometimes would be hot-headed in tense situations. Dwayne, we will miss you so very much, my friend, my twin brother. I know your soul is out there somewhere. I know it is in a utopia place where time, sorrow, and pain do not exist. So enjoy your new journey, my dear brother, and look for me when I arrive. So I appreciate everyone for coming to this memorial and listening to this video, and love each of you as did my brother Dwayne. Thank you. My name is Dale Dufay, and I thank you for watching this video. And to all Dwayne's friends out there that see this, please forgive me for not contacting you or talking to you because it's something I'm just avoiding, and it's just my personality. Please don't take it personally. You were Dwayne's friends, and you guys were all very tight, and and that's the way it should be. So please forgive me. Don't take it personally for not talking to you. I know who you all are, and I have known you as long as Dwayne has, but it was really Dwayne that was your friend. And so I really don't know what to say. Again, please forgive me, and don't take it personally. So thank you for watching. Love you.